Overrated has been a term going around sports for a very long time. Many people use it, mainly towards Bryce Harper, but it is a term that gets thrown around at certain players. And in today's video, I'm going to throw this term out there at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And again, I don't really do this stuff when it comes to like, oh, saying this guy's overrated or whatever. In the case of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I'm not saying he's overrated, but for $585 million, he might be. I don't think any team will pay anywhere near $585 million for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And you could say, well, it's the new market for today's game of baseball. This is where contracts are heading. I'm here to stop you in your tracks. Again, baseball and the players union, they're coming to an iceberg, really. An iceberg is literally right in front of us fans. Yeah, another lockout is about to happen in just a couple of seasons. So we literally just had a lockout in 2021 and that was no fun. And I think we're headed for yet another lockout here in a couple of years. So get it together, baseball. But with that being said, the contract, there's a turmoil going on. With like the guts of the game, if you will, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm going to talk about today. Don't think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is anywhere near a $585 million player. I'll get into the numbers. Since Vlad Jr. debuted in 2019, now he's one of the highly touted prospects coming up. We all knew about Vlad Guerrero Jr., obviously the son of Vladimir Guerrero Sr., very good baseball player, Hall of Famer. Guerrero Jr. living up to his hype. He certainly has done that. And he's a great baseball player. He's a four-time All-Star, 4 straight seasons from 21 and 24. And it seems to be like he's only getting better. Over the last couple of off seasons, we have seen a couple of major contracts handed out by the Dodgers and the Mets to Shohei Ohtani and Juan Soto respectively. But for me, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does not crack that upper echelon of players. In your guys' eyes, are you going to watch Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Now, me personally, yes, I will say yes as a diehard fan. Yes, I'll go pay a ticket to watch the Blue Jays play, whoever they play. I've done that actually a couple of times. Yeah, I've gone and paid a ticket to watch Vlad Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, the Toronto Blue Jays coming into town in SoCal. Casual fan, they know about the Juan Sotos. They know about the Shohei Ohtanis. Do they know about Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Are they paying their money to go watch Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? Is he a box office type of player? He's kind of like Rafael Devers, and somebody to comment about that on X. Like, you know, that's actually a pretty good comparison. Rafael Devers, solid player. Yes, he's a great ball player, but is he $500 million worth? Absolutely not. And he got paid a lot of money, $330 million, and I think that's what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. should be expected to get paid. And I think it's in his own right to expect that money, but $585 million, he's out of his mind. So for me, he's not in the elites of the world. He's in the very good of the world. He may be a Hall of Famer. We're still very early into his career. He's 26 years old, I think, or something like that, when he's going to enter free agency. He's in the final year arbitration with the Blue Jays. It's been a lot of rumors already going around. Will the Blue Jays trade Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the trade deadline this summer? For me, if the Blue Jays are not in contention and they know they're not going to get a deal worked out with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I think that's a no-brainer that Toronto does trade Vlad at the trade deadline. Now, they have a lot of time from now until the summertime at the trade deadline. We know they're not going to get a deal done. I would 100% pull the trigger. And going into the season, this Toronto team doesn't look like a juggernaut. It should be decent. I think that is certainly on the table if I'm the Blue Jays. You can look at the numbers. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had 199 hits last year. That is very, very good. One hit shy of 200. Really a shame did not get to 200, but constantly up there. And the number one thing I looked at when I see Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s back at the baseball card is he plays every day. And so that's really impressive to me, is Vlad Jr.'s availability. Like, he has not had many injury issues. He's out there every single season playing as many games as possible, 150 games plus, 155 games plus. He's not missed much time at all. He plays every single season. He's the guy that you're going to be able to count on night in and night out to go take the field. And again, he came up as a third baseman. Obviously, with Guerrero Jr.'s size, he moved over to first base and he's become a pretty good first baseman. You know, first baseman, they're not going to be the most elite of the elites. At least some of them are. Of course, you're going to have your Freddie Freemans and whatnot, but Vladimir Jr. is not in that Freddie Freeman range defensively. You're paying this guy to be just a premier offensive talent for the most part. And I would look at Vladdy Jr. What would I speculate for his contract? Like I mentioned with Devers, 12 years, $330 million. For me, I would 100% top out at 365. And I feel like I'm going a very long way for myself with Vladdy Jr. 365, I think that's 100% what I would pay at the very minimum. 365 over 12 years. That's the Mookie Betts contract. So maybe the Mookie Betts contract for Vladdy Jr. We'll see. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section, what would you give Vladdy Jr. for his contract? Is he worth anywhere near $585 million, a contract that he proposed to the Blue Jays?